All right, I am just checking to see if I am live. There we go. Alrighty, it looks like I am live. Give me a second. Alrighty, guys, hello, and it is so good to have you guys with me today. And let me know where it is that you are joining from while we wait for people to come in, because I can see that there's a bunch of people that are joining in on Facebook. Yeah, let me know where you guys are calling in from, watching from. All right. I am using a bunch of different, actually, I'm using a streaming software. And so I am not sure if I am going to be seeing everybody's comments and things like that. So, hey, Paul, I see you down here on Facebook and you're in New York. Amazing. Love that. Thanks for joining. All right. Okay. So I don't know if I'm going to be seeing everybody's comments. So I'm just going to kind of get on with it because we're pressed for time today. But if the comments pop up in here, that would be epic. All right, so it is so good to have you guys with me today. And I guess I wanted to start off with this live stream by getting you to imagine turning that $37 or $47 offer into a steady stream of daily sales that fuel the growth of your coaching or service-based business. And I want you to imagine finally seeing those small sales stack up, okay, helping you to reach even bigger revenue goals than sort of faster than you ever thought possible, right? And if you're ready to elevate that low or mid-ticket offer and leverage that as a powerful stepping stone into your higher ticket sales, then you are in the right place. So welcome to today's live masterclass on profit stacking secrets, how to turn your low or mid-ticket offer into a consistent, scalable sales machine. So that is so exciting for me. I've been wanting to talk about this for absolute ages. So if you are live with me, because I see there's a bunch of other people that have jumped in, but say hello in the comments so that I know that you're here. And if you are catching the replay, drop a hashtag replay so that I can circle back later. And the other thing that I wanted to ask you about was, what would you do if your low ticket funnel added an extra 2K, 5K, or even 10K a month to your bottom line? Would you buy your dream home? Would you travel more? Like, what is it that you would do? Share that in the comments as well, because we're about to dive into all the juiciness. So I'm excited. Tell me all the things. And while you're doing that, for those of you who are only joining now, I want you to know that I'm streaming to multiple platforms right now. I'm in my Facebook profile, Facebook group, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. So wherever you're watching from, drop your questions in the comments. I do have some comments popping up here in this browser. Hey, Ming, so good to see you. And you are from Philadelphia. Oh my goodness, you guys are having such cold weather on that side is what I hear. But anyway, so I've got some some comments popping up in this browser. And like I said, I'm not sure if it's everything. So if I miss your questions on any other platform, I am going to circle back after the session. So whether you're watching on live or on replay, please just interact with me as if you were here real time. That is going to help you to retain what you're learning. Mink, you want to travel more? Oh, absolutely. That's just the dream, isn't it? Okay, so before we dive in, I want to clarify something. There are many different types of funnels, okay? There's opt-in funnels with tripwires, there's webinar funnels, there's high-ticket application funnels and that sort of thing. Actually, there's a gazillion, okay? But today I'm focusing on direct low or mid-ticket offers or low or mid-ticket offer funnels, let's put it that way, that can quickly turn into a revenue generating machine. Now, I'm not going to go deep into opt-in and tripwire approach and that sort of thing, but we'll focus on the low ticket offer that priced around $37 to $47 or similar, and how to scale it. But ultimately, the principles are going to be the same. So I want to kind of just set the scene, right? Maybe you have tried selling a $27 or $47 product, hoping that it would bring in sales, but perhaps it's not scaling. You're not hitting that consistent revenue that you hoped for. Does that sound familiar? Drop a yes in the comments if you can relate, because I've been there. So I know how disheartening that feels. Okay. Yes, I've been doing this for a really long time, but back in those days, that's what happened to me. And I'll tell you a story in a sec, but not every funnel works straight off the bat either, right? So like there are ebbs and flows, but we'll get into that a little bit more. Okay, so before we go any further and get into the real juicy stuff, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Sam Rose, and for the past 18 plus years, I've been helping hundreds of coaches, consultants, and service providers transform their small offers into big revenue generators by building out strategic funnels. But I remember when I first started trying to sell a $10 ebook and praying that it would magically become my ticket to freedom. So let's just say I learned the hard way that it takes more than a low-priced offer to scale consistently. And I remember checking my emails every few hours and crickets, right? It felt like I was stuck in quicksand, working really hard, but sinking deeper and deeper into frustration. And that all changed when I realized that it's not just about having a cool $10 product or a low ticket offer, but it's about making it the first step in a larger strategic process, one that nurtures your customers into the higher priced offers and delivers real value every step of the way, right? And when I finally got this right, that's when everything clicked. And that is what I'm going to be sharing with you today. So if that sounds good to you and you're totally on board with that, let me know in the comments. I want to hear from you guys. Alrighty. So first up, a low or a mid-ticket offer can be powerful, but only if it's magnetic to your ideal client. And what I mean by that is that your messaging has to tap into their language, their desires, and their biggest pain points. And I see too many people with a funnel that looks pretty, but it doesn't convert, right? Because the offer it's not positioned correctly, shall we say, or the copy doesn't reflect what the audience actually wants. So here is an exercise for you. Write down the top 3 problems that your ideal client thinks about using their exact words, not your industry jargon or the words that you think that they say. All right. I know that at least, let's just leave it at that. Oh, Kelvin, yes, you're ready. Okay, good. Okay, so if you know at least one of those problems is something that they would gladly pay to solve right now, then you're on the right track. But if you're not so sure, I'm going to encourage you to do a little bit more research. So if you do know, let me know in the comments, what is one problem that your audience is constantly asking you about and something that you think that they are willing to pay to get solved right now? Drop that in the comments because I want to know about that as well. And every time I work with clients to refine their low ticket offers, actually any of their offers really, we pinpoint exactly which customer problem is urgent enough that people will actually pay for a solution. That shift in and of itself can take someone from 0 sales to multiple daily sales almost overnight. That positioning is just absolutely critical. That messaging is, yeah. So tell me, do you guys have any idea about what people are willing to pay for? There's a very big lag on this streaming. So if I don't get back to you, if I don't see your comment immediately, that is why. All right, cool. So once you have a compelling low ticket offer, now it's time for your profit multipliers. Now, those are things like your order bumps, your upsells, and even your downsells. But there is a catch, okay? And the catch is that these offers must be the next logical step for your buyer, okay? So for example, if your $37 offer is, let's say, a mini course on meal prepping, your order bump might be a $17 recipe ebook, okay? And your upsell could be a $97 group coaching program. Super cheap, but I mean, just bear with me, right? But now notice how each of those steps builds on from the previous one. Can you see that there's a logical progression, right? Calvin says more sales, more clients. I feel it's too generic. It's very generic. There needs to be, it definitely needs to be much more focused, needs to be much more specific. Hey, Cheryl, nice to see you. I'm so glad that you made it here today, my love. Okay, so you can see from that example that there's a natural progression, right? But if your funnel's multipliers feel random, so for example, if your $37 offer is, let's say, a beginner's guide to clean eating, but then your upsell is, I don't know, a marathon training plan, those might be in sort of the same broader health niche, but they aren't really directly tied to that next logical step of learning to eat clean, right? So that's not going to convert. But an advanced meal planning system or a weekly meal prep membership, sorry, it's late here, just bear with me. So a weekly meal prep membership might convert better because it's a natural continuation of that initial purchase, right? Can you see what I mean? So people need to see that each upgrade is a natural continuation of what they've just bought, and it helps them to reach their end goal faster or more easily, right? And this is often where I come in and I help to re-strategize those funnels, because if you're seeing dismal conversions, it might just be because your upsells are not aligned with that initial offer. For example, I recently helped a client who was selling a $37 ebook, I think, and we added an immediate $17 order bump and a $97 upsell that was perfectly positioned as that next step, and her average cart value more than doubled in a week. So, you can see just from that example how powerful these order bumps and upsells can be, right? Okay, so guys, if you've got any questions, by the way, drop them in the comments as well. And yeah, if you've got any questions, I will happily help you out. Okay, so the next part is a lead nurture sequence. Now, even with a low ticket offer, you want an email sequence or even a messenger sequence that nurtures buyers into your higher ticket offers on autopilot. Okay. Many coaches miss this piece. They get a $37 sale, but then they leave those customers kind of hanging. Okay. Meanwhile, that buyer is super warm. Okay. They just trusted you with their money. This is the perfect time to introduce them to the next level of your solution. So a well-written 5 to 7 day email sequence can drastically lift your monthly revenue. And one of my coaching clients had a great tripwire, but 0 back-end emails. And once we wrote a simple 5-day sequence that introduced her mid-level coaching, she actually started booking calls and converting those $37 buyers into $1,000 packages. So the other thing, again, I'm just going to keep driving this home, but remember, write these emails in their language, addressing their desires and problems. Okay. And keep reminding them of the transformation that they can achieve. I hope that makes sense. Okay, now let's move on to traffic, because everybody thinks that they need ads immediately. But I always recommend testing your funnel organically first, right? Post about your offer on social media, run a short live stream, send an email to your list, and get real feedback from people before spending money on ads. That way, you'll know if your messaging is dialed in. So if nobody is buying organically, ads are not magically going to fix that. Okay, they're just going to burn through your budget faster and leave you unhappy. So once you see traction from those, organic efforts, and people are actually buying your offer, whatever that might be, and loving it, that's when you can confidently scale with paid traffic if you choose to. But, again, I always tell my clients, prove that the funnel works with organic traffic first. That's exactly how we saved one of my private clients from wasting thousands on ads before the funnel was optimized. And the other thing that I wanted to remind you about is you can literally have the prettiest funnel in the world. But if your copy and your messaging don't speak directly to your ideal client's pains and desires, you're not going to see conversions. I'm not going to stand here and sugarcoat it for you, right? Funnels, yes, are partly about mechanics, but great copy is the fuel that actually makes the entire engine run. So always, always test your messaging. Even when you've optimized, there is always more room for optimization. So, you always want to be A/B testing, whether it's headlines or layouts or anything like that. CTA buttons, but it's really important that you use real words from real customer feedback and don't rely on fancy marketing jargon that doesn't resonate, because it doesn't work. Okay. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. It took me a while to get my copy to where it needs to be, and the marketing jargon just doesn't work. So I want to do a quick recap on what we talked about today. Number one is the laser focused offer and messaging. So zero in on the real problem that your audience wants solved, not what you think they want solved, what they actually want solved. Okay. The second thing is profit multipliers. So that's adding in your order bumps, your upsells, your downsells. But again, making sure that they make logical sense. Okay. They are making logical, progressive sense. And then thirdly is the lead nurture sequence to warm up your buyers into your premium offers on autopilot. So when you're out sleeping or, chilling out by the pool and you're getting sales, it's because that lead nurture sequence is actually working for you. And then fourth, you want to test organically first and validate your funnel before pouring money into ads. And then, of course, like I've mentioned, killer copy and messaging is the secret sauce behind any profitable funnel. So if you implement these steps, you're going to be miles ahead of most coaches and service providers who never crack the code on scaling a simple $37 to $47 offer. But the question is, are you ready to actually build this out and get it working? If you're an action taker and this is your next step, let me know in the comments, because I would absolutely love to invite you to join me for the 4-week Freedom Funnel Sprint, starting on the 3rd of March. So over these 4 weeks, we're going to dive into every aspect of your funnel, from fine-tuning your messaging so that it resonates powerfully with your audience, to structuring your offer in a way that naturally leads buyers into your premium services. And each week, we're going to do live calls where we actually review your progress, and we offer hot seat coaching as well on those calls, ensuring that you're on track and you're taking strategic, effective steps. We'll literally cover everything from writing persuasive, psychology-backed copy that reflects your unique brand voice, to ensuring that your funnel pages actually guide prospects seamlessly towards that sale. And yes, we are going to be talking tech, but only to the extent that it helps to bring your vision to life, right? My goal is to simplify the build and not overwhelm you. But you're going to walk away with a funnel that isn't just built, but it's optimized to consistently attract the right buyers. And in addition to those calls, you're also going to get live Telegram support for daily for the 4 weeks, or actually as an early bird bonus, you get an additional week to polish off any final touches. And also, something I'm super excited about, but when you join before the deadline, you're also going to get access to our funnel optimization VIP weekend, where we are going to fine tune every element for maximum conversions. Now, I know you might be thinking, oh my God, Sam, this sounds like it's going to cost thousands, but here's the deal. The early bird for this live sprint is $597, or 2 payments of $325. And that rate goes up after the 14th of February to $797. And then a week after that, it's going up to $997. So if you're still on the fence, now's the time. But I also have a funnel success guarantee. So if you show up each week, you complete the action steps, you launch your funnel by or before the end of the 4-week sprint, but you still don't see any conversions after driving traffic for at least 14 days, I'm going to personally be working with you for an extra month to refine and optimize your funnel. So in other words, you are not going to be left hanging if you go live in week 4. I'm going to stand by you to ensure that your funnel is set up for success. So this guarantee is my promise that as long as you implement the steps and genuinely test your funnel, I'm going to keep helping you until it works. So if you are serious about turning a $37 offer into a powerful revenue stream, and you're ready to stop piecing together all on your own and get a funnel that sells for you 24/7, then drop a comment saying freedom, and I will send you the details. Now, remember that vision that we were speaking about right in the beginning? That extra cash, the freedom to choose clients, the stress-free marketing, the traveling. Well, that's exactly what we're going to build in the Freedom Funnel Sprint. Okay, so that is it for today's masterclass. But I see Calvin says, I'm interested in offer creation strategy. Do you start from high ticket and then reverse engineer towards your low ticket offers? Yes, that's exactly what we do. It actually is a game changer that a lot of people don't talk about. A lot of people just kind of start with, the low ticket thing and kind of make things up as they go along. But the way I prefer doing it is by reverse engineering. So we look at what that high ticket offer is, and then we see what makes logical sense moving backwards to make that a logical progression. So yeah, good question. It's so difficult to get organic traffic nowadays. Kelvin, do me a favor, drop me a DM. I have a list of 183 traffic generation strategies I will send to you. It's at no cost, but that is awesome. It's mostly organic, but there are a few paid options there as well. But yeah, mostly organic. There's some great ways. All right, cool. All right, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you have any questions about profit stacking, low or mid-ticket offers, or even the Freedom Funnel Sprint, drop them in the comments or send me a DM, and I will circle back and answer each one. But also, if you got value from this, please hit the like button or share it with a friend who could benefit. And remember, low ticket doesn't have to mean low income. Okay, it's about creating a simple funnel that nurtures buyers into your world. So let's build a system together inside the Freedom Funnel Sprint. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you inside the sprint. You're so welcome. No problem, Kelvin. I'll see you soon.